Curls are awesome for targeting your biceps, but have you tried rings, mate? This piece of equipment is really underrated for bodybuilding. When you know the right exercises, you can build muscle with calisthenics. Here's how. Starting with the ring curl. As you can see, my arms are in front of my body. This is going to target more of that short head of the biceps. So if you're doing preacher curls at the gym, this exercise here is a pretty similar substitute. You can hit your biceps really hard with calisthenics if you're training hard. Here's the most important parts about ring curls you must know. Firstly, with posture, I see some strange things on the internet. People doing this weird kipping motion to try and get themselves up through the curl. It should just be your biceps working. Glutes on, abs on, rigid plank-like position. Just pausing to catch my breath. I should start doing cardio for this reason. Keep that in the video. With your tempo, I really want you to forcefully come up, get that peak contraction at the top, and then slowly milk that negative. I can't tell you how frustrating it is when I just see this. I mean, yeah, you can do more reps, but it's not the goal of what we're doing. Because ultimately, the ring curl, it only works if you work. You've got to bring the intensity. Keep going until you lose that range of motion, because that's going to build muscle. With rings, you can get a complete upper body workout when you know how. The good news is, my program, Body by Rings, is 50% off for Black Friday. But hurry, this ends November 30. All right, guys, let's get back to those curls for the girls. When you're training your biceps at the gym, you use heavier weights to make it harder or lighter weights to make it easier. With rings, you adjust the height. So when you're first starting out with a curl, put it up higher. Around stomach height is a good place to start with. You can also modify your level of inclination. So if I'm here and I'm upright, it's not that bad because I'm standing. My feet are taking a lot of my body weight. But if I make it a little bit harder, I'm more towards horizontal, this feels a lot heavier on my biceps. So my advice to you, keep track of this so you can progressively overload. The true value of rings for curls is this freedom of movement. Your wrist can move through pronation, supination, so you can get a comfortable contraction of the biceps. By comparison to, say, barbell curls, you're fixed into this supination and it can really beat up your joints and tendons. Basically, rings allow you to build muscle pain-free, which is the secret to making lasting gains. There's an argument, mate, just lift weights to grow your biceps, it's far superior. With weights, yes, they're awesome because you've got that extra stability if you're doing a supported curl or a machine curl. Fantastic for bodybuilding. That's why the biggest dudes use them. With rings, it's about having variety, having exercises in your toolbox to keep training fun and just having variation, because if you're stuck doing the optimal exercise for the rest of your life, but it's boring, introducing some novelty is going to make you excited to do your workouts. That's the true value of rings, in my opinion. Let's be honest, all of us have a weaker and smaller arm. For me, it's this left arm. I know there's a vein here and it's deceptive, but it's actually smaller than the bigger brother here, which is the right bicep. What I'm getting at here is, if you want to get more size and strength symmetry, do unilateral training. The same thing can be done with the ring curl. What's been really helpful for me is just doing some unilateral curls, working on one arm at a time. That way I can give my full effort into that weaker side first, rest, and then do my right arm. Such a simple thing that you can tweak in your program to make it more effective. Now, as good as the ring curl is, there is a biceps exercise with calisthenics that may be even better that I want to show you. Introducing the Pelican curl. This one is a bicep exercise, but it's also a mobility movement as well. So you're getting a good bang for buck, 2 for 1 with this movement, because you're going through deep shoulder extension. You're getting shoulder mobility. You're opening up your pecs, but you're curling at the same time. So that way, you don't have to separate your mobility entirely, because I know many of you guys are skipping that. And it's a fundamental part of doing push-ups, dips, pain-free. But let's get back to that Pelican curl. Posture-wise, we've got our arms back behind the body. We're really getting that stretch position on the biceps. It's going to emphasize that long head when you're curling in this position. For those of you lifting weights at the gym, doing your incline curls, fantastic movement. It is almost identical to the movement mechanics and muscle bias that the Pelican curl targets. When you're doing these bad boys, keep your chest upright. It's going to put your biceps in their most stretched position. Tuck the elbows, come down with control. Notice there, I've got that elbow lock completely straight. Squeeze your tricep for bonus points to make sure you've got a full bicep stretch. Curl yourself back out into a push-up. Now, I really do want to emphasize getting that full range of motion is where the magic happens. It's that straight arm strength conditioning that you really are going to benefit from when training calisthenics, but you're also going to be training hard, so you'll be building muscle too. The biggest mistake people make is they ego lift with their Pelican curls. Yeah, believe it or not, people will always find a way to cheat. Doing half range of motion, and they're choosing an exercise setup which is just too hard for them. You got to modify the intensity like we described before. You either take a step forward to have more of an incline posture, or you use shorter ring straps. This way, you're actually able to use that full range of motion, full stretch and squeeze. This is a humbling movement. It looks much easier than it actually is. It is really difficult, and you have to be patient with this one because there is some risk when you're using your elbows all the way in full extension on a biceps curl. You got to build up to it patiently. Your elbows, your tendons will adapt, but you got to be patient. Don't be a hero with your intensity and just take your time. If you're still struggling with the Pelican curl, a great progression is the eccentric. You're going to start in a push-up and you're going to lower down slowly through the full range of motion, taking around 6 seconds. This is so effective because it builds your strength in reverse so that eventually you can unlock those full ROM reps. The real beauty of this is you're getting tons of muscle damage, a lot of mechanical tension, and these are key drivers for muscle growth. Beware though, doing this style of training is going to give you crippling DOMs. You're going to have really sore biceps the day or two after. You'll be there sitting at your desk, likely cramping up and cursing fitness FAQs, but also thanking me for the superior biceps you'll someday develop. Whether you're doing ring curls or Pelican curls, the real benefit here is versatility. You can train at home while traveling. Rings have got to be the most underrated piece of training equipment by far. Sub $100. You never have to wait in line for equipment at the gym. You're waiting for a Smith machine, a squat rack. No problem, man. People aren't using the rings because they don't know how effective they are. When you're armed with the correct exercises, you can literally target most parts of your body with this one piece of calisthenics gear. If you want to keep learning, watch this video, boys. I'll teach you everything you need to know about rings.